Everyone, the next topic that we have is family of lines. So before we proceed, let's have a quick recap what all things we have discussed. So we discussed about angle of inclination, then we discussed about slope, then we discussed if two lines are parallel, m1 is equal to m2 when two lines are perpendicular, product of the slope is equal to -1. Then later on we moved on and we got the various forms of equations. So there we had like slope point form, then 2-point form, slope intercept form, normal form, even we saw general form, then parametric form, how the general form needs to be converted to normal form or slope intercept form or intercept form. So various things we have discussed. Even in the last class we discussed how to figure out the foot of perpendicular and the image. Now we are going to the next topic, that is family of lines. Okay, so basically what is a family? So think like this. There is an origin point, isn't it? And from there we have, like, let's say there is a person who is having two sons. The son will have individual families, isn't it? Is it okay? So basically when we try to trace back all these branches, it will come to a single point, isn't it? So in straight line, what we can define, equation of lines passing through the point of intersection of two lines L1 and L2. Equation of lines passing through, when the lines passing through the point of intersection of L1 and L2 is going to be called as family of lines, not the equation. So think like this. Suppose there is a line L1 and there is a line L2. Now through this point of intersection, how many lines can pass? So answer is infinite number of lines can be drawn. This is one such line, or this is another such line, isn't it? So we can keep drawing such lines, and all these lines together is going to be called as what? Family of lines. Now the question comes how to figure out the equation. So the equation is L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0, where lambda is some parameter. Now the question comes why it is representing a family of lines, or how we know that it is representing a family of lines. So first question is that L1 plus lambda L2 will be a linear equation in two variable, because L1 will have like a1x plus b1y plus c1, and let's say L2 is a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. So when you simplify this, you will get like, let's say k1x plus k2y and plus k3 is equal to 0. So you can see it is a linear equation in one variable, so definitely it is going to represent a straight line. Now the second thing needs to be confirmed, that it is passing through the point of intersection of L1 and L2. So you take the case, let's say the point of intersection of L1 and L2 is point ph comma k. Okay, this is L1, this is L2. Now if ph comma k is the point of intersection, if I substitute this h comma k in the first equation, the result will be what? The outcome will be 0. And similarly, if I substitute this h comma k in the second line equation, again the outcome will be what? 0, right? So now you come here, and in this equation, in place of L1 I mean in the equation, if you substitute x with h and y with k, this first component will be 0 and second component also will be 0. So doesn't matter what is the lambda value, this is going to, that point of intersection definitely is going to satisfy this equation. So first thing we said, it is representing a line, and second thing that this line is passing through the point h comma k. So these two conditions are met, isn't it? So now we can conclude that L1 plus lambda L2 will represent every single member of the family of lines except L2. Why I'm saying except L2? Because if you take lambda equal to 0, you got L1. So whatever values of lambda you take, you will get all such members, but you will not be able to get the L2. Okay, I hope you're getting it. Means you think like this, you want to create only L2. So when L2 will come, means left hand side there should be only L2. When it is possible? Think. So you'll find that whatever you do, you will not be able to get alone L2, isn't it? So this is the conclusion, that L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0 will represent the equation of family of lines, all lines except L2. So now the question comes, how I'll get L2? So in that situation, I will say you write the equation like L2 plus lambda L1 equal to 0. So now this equation will represent all the lines except L2. And moreover, if the L1, L2 is given, so you'll be able to identify that what is L2, isn't it? Okay, so we can do one question based on this. So the first question is, okay, let me clear out the solution. So what I will do is I will discuss the concepts involved. The calculation part, I would say that you can try it on your own. So the first question is, find the equation of line passing through the point of intersection of, See, the moment you read passing through point of intersection of two lines, a direct hint is what? That it is a family of straight line. Okay. Because see, in the exam paper, you will have 30 questions. Out of 30 questions, there are so many chapters. In that one chapter is straight line. In that one concept is family of lines. So how you will figure out that this question belongs to that topic? So some keywords we have to remember, like passing through the point of intersection of two lines, or through passing through a fixed point. So whenever you see like word passing through a fixed point, passing through intersection of 2 points, you should understand two lines. You should understand that they're talking about family of lines. Okay. So first thing, as per the discussion, the family of line equation will be given as what? L1 plus lambda L2 is equal to 0. So what is L1? L1 is x minus 2y plus 3 plus lambda times 2x plus 3y plus 4 equal to 0. Now here you should not have a confusion that which one I should take L1, which one I should take L2, or whether we have to take always the first equation as L1. So answer is no. You can take any equation as L1, any other equation as the L2. Okay. Now simplify it little bit. So if we try to write the coefficient of x, it is what? 1 plus 2 lambda times x. Then y coefficient, if we try to write, I think it is 3 lambda minus 2 times y, and the constant is 3 plus 4 lambda is equal to 0. So let's call this equation as equation number 1. Now we are solving the first part. What is the first part? It passes through 1 comma 1. So if it passes through 1 comma 1, it should satisfy the condition, isn't it? Means that point should satisfy the linear equation. So when you substitute x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1, you got 1 plus 2 lambda plus 3 lambda minus 2 and plus 3 plus 4 lambda is equal to 0. So when you simplify this, what we got? 4 plus 3 plus 2 will give you 9 lambda, and 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 minus 2 is 2, so we got like minus 2. So lambda is how much? Minus 2 by 9. So what is the equation? Equation is 1 plus 2, so it will give you like 4 by 9 times x, then 3 lambda, which is minus 6 by 9 minus 2 times y, and plus 3 plus 4 times, which will give you minus 8 by 9 equal to 0. So you can simplify this. When we simplify, we got like 5x, then minus 24y, and then 27 minus 8 will give you 19 equal to 0. So calculation part, I hope you can take care. Let's do the second question. Second question is, which has a slope 3. So from the general equation, we know slope is what? Minus coefficient of x, which is 1 plus 2 lambda, divided by coefficient of y, which is what? 3 lambda minus 2. And what they have said, that this slope is equal to 3. So equate it to 3. Again, you can see like one equation, one variable, isn't it? So quickly if we do, we got like minus 1 minus 2 lambda is equal to 9 lambda minus 6. So when you do this calculation, we got like 11 lambda is equal to 5. So from there we got lambda is equal to 5 by 11. So similarly, substitute this 5 by 11 in the original equation, you can get the result from there. So this calculation I'm leaving it for you. Third part is, which has x-intercept 7. So when somebody says that x-intercept is 7, indirectly they are telling that it is passing through the point 7 comma 0. So substitute this 7 comma 0 in that original equation. So you got like 1 plus 2 lambda into 7, 0 into y. I mean, in place of y, when you write 0, everything will become 0. And we got 3 plus 4 lambda equal to 0. So when you simplify, 7 to the 14 plus 4 is 18 lambda. And right side we will get 7 plus 3, 10. So we got minus 10. So from there we got lambda is equal to minus 5 by 9. Okay. I hope there is no confusion. Next we have is, which is perpendicular to 3x minus 2y plus 1. Okay. So fourth one. It is perpendicular to the line, which line? 3x minus 2y plus 1. 3x minus 2y plus 1 equal to 0. So what is the slope? Slope is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of y, which is 3 by 2. So if the slope of this line is 3 by 2, what is the slope of the perpendicular line? So we know m1 m2 equal to minus 1, isn't it? So slope of required line will be what? Minus 2 by 3, and this should be equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of y. So that already we have calculated here. So I can directly take the data, minus 1 plus 2 lambda by 3 lambda minus 2. So when you do cross multiplication, minus minus cancel, we got like 6 lambda minus 4 is equal to 3 plus 6 lambda. Here what you can see, that a very interesting thing has happened. 6 lambda and 6 lambda got cancelled, isn't it? So what you got? You got minus 4 equal to 3. Oh my god, minus 4 is equal to 3. What does it mean? Okay, so whenever you get a observed equation something like this, okay, now you have to go back to the question again, and I would say that look at the lines. If you observe this line, what is the slope? Slope is here 1 by 2, and here what is the slope? Here slope is minus 2 by 3. Oh, can you spot something? Can you spot? You were searching for minus 2 by 3, isn't it? And what you can see that L2 slope also is what? Minus 2 by 3. Can you understand here? So now this is what I was telling you, that L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0 will give you all lines except the L2. So here you can see that lambda part itself got cancelled, because actually the member of the family of lines who is going to be perpendicular to this given line equation x minus 2y plus 3 equal to 0 is actually your L2. So that's the reason for all the previous question you got lambda value, but for this question you are not getting a lambda value. Are we clear? So whenever you get a absurd situations like this, like you got 1 equal to 0 or minus 4 equal to 3, you should understand that most probably it is that the answer is the second line equation. So go back to the question and analyze it. So we can clearly see that slope of the second line is what? Minus 2 by 3, and you are searching for exactly that line only, isn't it? So answer is, now this is all is not needed. You can directly say that since slope of L2 line is minus 2 by 3, so answer is L2 itself. This you can try it. Okay, suppose what you do is you take a line equation. Suppose this question you change it and take in such a way that this line is perpendicular to L1. So there you will see that you will get a lambda value, and there you will get lambda is equal to what? 0. Okay, so that you can verify on your own. Similarly, fifth part, for which x-intercept is twice of y-intercept and both are non-zero. X-intercept. So how do you find x-intercept? So I hope you know x-intercept is minus c by a. Correct? Yes. I mean, for finding x-intercept, you can put y equal to 0 and you can get x value. Okay. So if I do the fifth part, x-intercept is how much? X-intercept is, and even this was taught, minus c by a, when we discussed how a general equation can be converted into intercept form. So there we got x by minus c by a plus y by minus c by b is equal to 1. A is how much? 1 plus 2 lambda. Similarly, what is y-intercept? So that is minus of 3 plus 4 lambda, and divided by the y b value is 3 lambda minus 2. Okay. Now what else they are saying? They are saying is that x-intercept is twice of y-intercept. So when you try to equate, what will you write? You will write minus of 3 plus 4 lambda by 1 plus 2 lambda is equal to 2 times minus of 3 plus 4 lambda by 3 lambda minus 2. Is it okay? 2 is in multiplication, it's not 2 minus. Okay, let me write minus 2 times. Okay. So one thing here I will advise is that normally kids will have this habit that, okay, cancel. Don't cancel this, because when you cancel, basically you lose roots. So don't cancel it. Okay. But it doesn't mean that we can't cancel this minus. Minus we can cancel because they are minus 1 and minus 1. Okay. But here these are variables involved. So what you do, you bring it on the left hand side, or you can take two cases. One case is case number 1, that lambda is equal to what? Minus 3 by 4. So 0 equal to 0 will come. Or take the other case. Other case is what? That lambda is not equal to minus 3 by 4. So in that situation, you can cancel and you can do the cross multiplication. So I'm solving the second part, which is you will get 3 lambda minus 2 is equal to 2 plus 4 lambda. When you bring this side, you got like lambda is equal to 4. Is it okay? So now substitute lambda is equal to minus 3 by 4, substitute lambda is equal to 4, and see that what result you are getting. Okay. Is it okay? So if lambda is equal to minus 3 by 4, what will happen? You will see like this quantity will become 0, isn't it? So when this quantity becomes 0, what will happen? You will get an expression like ax plus by equal to 0. So when ax plus by equal to 0, what is the x-intercept? So basically the line is passing through origin, isn't it? So if the line is passing through origin, what is the x-intercept? X-intercept is 0. And what is y-intercept? Y-intercept is 0. But in the question what they have said, that both the intercepts are what? Non-zero. Both the intercepts are what? Non-zero. So which value will be accepted? This value will not be accepted. Lambda cannot be equal to minus 3 by 4. So answer is what? Lambda is equal to 4. This lambda equal to 4 can be substituted in that first equation, and from there you can get the equation, the required line equation. So I will say that you can substitute and you can evaluate it. Okay, I hope it is clear. So let's do another question. So let me again clear out this. So what they're telling is, let sides of a triangle are given as AB as x plus 2y minus 3 equal to 0 and BC and AC. Then find the orthocenter. So see, already we have done a question related to orthocenter where the vertices were given. So what we said there is, we will assume that let's say orthocenter is h comma k, then we can find AH where h is the orthocenter. So AH will be perpendicular to BC. So using m1 m2 equal to minus 1, we got one equation. Then BH will be perpendicular to AC. Again you got two equations, second equation. So two equations, two variable, we can solve it. But here we'll try to take the help of family of lines. Okay, so what we have is, let's say we got a triangle here. Let's take green color. Okay, now in this triangle, let's call this is A, this is B, and this is C, and let's say this is the altitude. Okay, now let's call this point as D. So let me write the equation. This is x plus 2y minus 3 equal to 0, and AC is 2x plus y minus 4 equal to 0, and BC is 3x plus 2y minus 4 equal to 0. Now can you observe here that this AD line is passing through the point of intersection of AB and AC, right? So what we can do, we can bring the concept of family of lines. Okay, so solution. What we will write? Let's say equation of AD can be given as what? L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0. Okay, means lambda AB equation plus lambda times AC equation. Okay, so what we got here? We got like x plus 2y minus 3 plus lambda times L2, which is what? 2x plus y minus 4 equal to 0. So when you simplify this quickly, you got like x coefficient is 1 plus 2 lambda. Y, if we see, this is like 2 plus lambda times y, and plus minus 3 minus 4 lambda equal to 0. So this is the equation. Okay, now what is unique about AD? So AD is perpendicular to BC, right? So if I ask you what is the slope of AD minus coefficient of x by coefficient of y, and what is the coefficient, what is the slope of BC? So slope of BC is minus 3 by 2. So if slope of BC is minus 3 by 2, we can say that slope of AD is going to be what? 2 by 3, because m1 m2 is equal to minus 1. Is it okay? So when you do the cross multiplication, you got like minus 3 minus 6 lambda is equal to 4 plus 2 lambda. So this guy this side, this guy this side. So we got 8 lambda is equal to minus 7. So we got lambda is equal to minus 7 by 8. So by substituting this lambda value, you can get what? You can get the equation of AD. Is it okay? So this lambda value you feed in this equation, and from there you can get the equation of AD. Is it okay? Now similarly, if I ask you, is it possible to get the equation of BE? Let's say BE is the another altitude. BE is the another altitude. So what we can write? We can again write here. What we can write? We can write equation of B is what? AB equation, so which is x plus 2y minus 3 plus lambda times 3x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. So quickly when you simplify, you got x coefficient as how much? 1 plus 3 lambda times x. Y will be 2 plus 2 lambda times y, and minus 3 minus 4 lambda is equal to 0. Is it okay? So what is the slope of B? Slope of B is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of y, which is 2 times 1 plus lambda. Okay, now also what is the slope of AC? So I can write here, slope of AC is how much? Minus 2, minus coefficient of x by coefficient of y. So if slope of AC is minus 2, what is the slope of B? It is going to be how much? 1 by 2. So when you do the cross multiplication, you got minus 2 minus 6 lambda is equal to 2 plus 2 lambda. So bring this side, we got like 8 lambda is equal to minus 4. So we got lambda is equal to minus 1 by 2. Is it okay? Now this lambda value again you substitute in this equation. Okay, substitute this lambda value in this equation. Okay, so you got the equation of B. So now you have equation of AD, you have equation of BE. Solve them. This point of intersection is going to be what? Orthocenter. Is it okay? So the remaining calculation, I can do it. Okay, let me do it. So when we substitute minus 7 by 8, how much we got? 1 minus 14 by 8, which will be minus 6 by 8x. Y will be how much? So 16 minus 7 will give you 9 by 8y. And this will give you plus 28 and 24. So minus 24 and plus 28 will give you plus 4 by 8 equal to 0. So when we simplify this, what we got like minus 6x plus 9y plus 4 equal to 0. Calculation, I will say that please check it once from your end. Now similarly substitute minus 1 by 2. So we got like 1 minus minus 3 by 2, which is how much? Minus 1 by 2x. Then 2 minus 2 lambda, which will be so plus y. And z is how much? Minus 4 lambda. So that will give you how much? Plus 2. So minus 3 plus 2 will give you minus 1 equal to 0. So when we simplify, we got like minus x plus 2y minus 2 equal to 0. So we can rewrite like x minus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. So now solve these equations. So we can multiply the second equation by 6. So it gives us 6x plus minus 12y and plus 12 equal to 0. So when you add these equations, you got like minus 3y plus 16 equal to 0. So we got y like 16 by 3. And similarly you can find x value. So x is what? X is 2y minus 2. So that will be like 32 2y minus 2. So that is 32 by 3 minus 6. So that is like 26 by 3. Okay. So calculation is check once. The logic is simple. Find the equation of AD using family of lines and use m1 m2 equal to minus 1. Similarly do it for the other side. Solve any two and then you get the orthocenter. Okay. So now we have a note that whenever the question contains fixed point, think about what? L1 plus lambda equal to 0. And what is that fixed point? The fixed point is the point of intersection of those two lines. Okay. So let's see a question like prove that the straight line this passes through the fixed point. So the moment I see like passes through the fixed point, this is a good enough hint for me. And now I will try to figure out this. I will try to separate this equation in the form of what? L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0. Okay. So I can see everywhere like sine theta cos theta is there, isn't it? So I will try to couple the terms of sine theta and I will try to couple the terms of cos theta. Okay. Solution. Solution. So if you take sine theta common, what do you got? You got like x, then you got 2y and plus 3. And when you take cos theta common, what do you got? You got like 4x. There is no y term, so no problem. And we got here minus 1 equal to 0. Let's say if I divide by sine theta, okay. So what I got is like I got x plus 2y plus 3 plus cot theta into 4x minus 1 equal to 0. Or we can write here what? X plus 2y plus 3 plus some lambda times 4x minus 1 equal to 0, where lambda is what? Lambda is cot theta, which is a parameter. So you can see now it has come in the form of like L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0. So what is a fixed point? Fixed point is point of intersection, which is what? L1 equal to 0. By which we'll get by solving L1 equal to 0 and L2 equal to 0. So what we are getting? X plus 2y plus 3 equal to 0 and 4x minus 1 equal to 0. So directly we got x is equal to 1 by 4. Substitute this 1 by 4 and get the y value, isn't it? So what is y? 2y is 3 minus x, which is 1 by 4. So we got 4 3s are 12 minus 1, 11 by 4. So we got y is equal to 11 by 8. So the fixed point is 11 by 8. Means when you substitute x is equal to 1 by 4 and y is equal to 11 by 8, irrespective of what is sine value, what is cos value, this equation will be always satisfied. So these coordinates are always getting satisfied. Okay, it means what? All these lines for different theta values are passing through that coordinates. Okay. Okay, so now we have another note that if there is a line L which is ax plus by plus c equal to 0, and let's say some condition is given. What do you mean by condition? Means the condition will be given in terms of the coefficients. The conditions will be given in terms of coefficients. So then we can always prove that the line is going to be basically this equation, basically x plus by plus c is representing a family of lines and it will always pass through a fixed point. Okay, so leave that part, we can directly jump to question to understand this. See like this. Prove that ax plus by plus c equal to 0 passes through a fixed point if these are in AP. So solution. First, what is the condition between them? So if they are in AP, it means 2 times the middle term is equal to first term plus last term. So we got 6b is equal to what? 2a plus 5c. Or I can rewrite this equation as 2a minus 6b plus 5c is equal to 0. Is it okay? And my line equation is what? Ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Now next thing I would say you try to observe is that you can see here c is not having any coefficient, isn't it? Means c does not have any constants in front of it. So here also you try to make it 1. How we can make it 1? So divide by 5. So when you divide by 5, this equation looks like what? It looks like a into 2 by 5 plus b into minus 6 by 5 and plus c equal to 0. Now I'm asking, how will you know that a point lies on this line? So you will say simple. So substitute x equal to x and y coordinates. If left hand side becomes 0, then the point is satisfying the equation, isn't it? So now my second question is, in place of x, if I write 2 by 5 and in place of y, if I write minus 6 by 5, what are you getting? You are getting a into 2 by 5 plus b into minus 6 by 5 plus c. And do you know this value? So answer is just from this equation I know this value is what? 0. So I got 0 is equal to 0. So when 0 equal to 0, it means what? That point lies on the line. Means what does it mean really is that irrespective of what is a value, b value, c value, this line, if it is satisfying this condition, is definitely going to pass through the point 2 by 5 comma minus 6 by 5. So what we will say, this equation is representing basically a family of lines and it is passing through the point 2 by 5 comma minus 6 by 5. So this is what exactly is being told here. Okay, that if a condition is given like this, then it is always going to pass through a fixed point. Okay, but how to find the fixed point? So simple thing, you make the constant same along with the sign. If it is minus, here also it should be minus, and then by comparing you can see a is here, b is here, irrespective of if let's say this condition is satisfied. Suppose this condition is satisfied. Okay, so irrespective of what is a value, what is b value, if you write x is equal to lambda by gamma and this value is mu by gamma, then automatically because of the given condition this equation will get satisfied, and we will say that when equation is getting satisfied, it means that point is lying on the line. I hope I'm clear. Okay, no problem. If you have not understood, we can see another example. See this question. Find the fixed point. Again fixed point. So good enough to understand it is a family of lines. Which variable line y equal to mx plus c passes if 2m minus 3c plus 8 is equal to 0. So what do you do? First you write this equation as y minus mx minus c equal to 0. And you bring this condition. So what you can see, little bit of arrangements needs to be done. Why arrangements? M should be written at under m and c should be written under c. So I can rewrite this equation as 8 plus 2m minus 3c is equal to 0. Addition is commutative, so we can write like this. Now what I can see, these c's are not same, isn't it? Here you can see like c is there, but here it is what? 3c is there. So first you get rid of this 3. So when you try to get rid of this 3, what you will write? 8 by 3 plus 2 by 3m and minus c is equal to 0. Now compare these equations. when you compare, in place of y if I write 8 by 3 and in place of x if I write minus 2 by 3 and try to write here. So what will you write? 8 by 3 minus minus plus, you got 2 by 3m and minus c. What is this value? So this value they have given that it is 0. So what again you got? You got 0 equal to 0. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is simple, that irrespective of what is m value, what is c value, if you replace x with minus 2 by 3 and if you replace y with 8 by 3, this equation is going to be always satisfied. Means there is a point. You keep changing m and c value. So what will happen? You will see that whatever the changes happens, these lines, all of these lines is going to pass through that point. All of these lines are going to pass through that point. Okay. And that point is what? Minus 2 comma minus 2 by 3 comma 8 by 3. So the fixed point is that one. Okay. So one more question we can take in this regard. So suppose the question is, prove that this line passes through one of the fixed point. Okay. So target is simple. Okay. See, now they have given, in the previous two examples you saw there was a linear relation given between a, b, c, but here you can see like quadratic. So if you do a little bit of inspection here, you can see like 9a square we can write as 3a whole square, b square is b square, and 6ab. So if you bring it on left hand side, what we got? We got like 9a square plus b square minus 6ab is equal to 25c square. Left hand side we can write as what? 3a minus b whole square is equal to 5c whole square. So when you take square root, you will get 3a minus b, basically you'll get mod of 3a minus b is equal to mod of 5c. So from there we got two cases, right? What are the cases? Case number one is that 3a minus b is equal to 5c. So when you bring it on the left hand side, you will get 3a minus b minus 5c equal to 0. Now you can see like you got a linear equation, isn't it, in terms of ABC, but here c is alone with a positive sign, so I will say make it positive. So when you divide by minus 5, it will be minus 3 by 5a plus, let me write 1 by 5b and plus c equal to 0, and your equation is what? I'm writing like xa plus yb plus c equal to 0. Okay, just for the comparison purpose. So when you do the comparison, what you can see, like these guys are same, and if these guys are same, then we got it. So what is the x coordinate? What is the point? Our point is minus 3 by 5 comma 1 by 5. Okay. See, this is an easy concept. Unnecessarily don't get so much confused. It's not like so much big concept. Simple thing is, a line is given, a condition is given. Okay. So the line and condition is given. So what we can do is, we have to understand that when a condition is given, this line is not a single line, it is representing a family of lines. How to find the point, the fixed point? Simple thing, make the constant same along with the sign, and then just compare those equations. So by comparing, you'll get some x value and y value, and from there you can get x and y coordinates. Okay. Then we have the case 2. So case 2 is what? Case 2, let me change the color. So case 2 is 3a minus b is equal to what? Minus 5c. So not much. 3a minus b plus 5c equal to 0. Just divide by 5. So we got like 3 by 5a plus 1 by 5b plus c equal to 0. And line equation is xa plus yb plus c equal to 0. This I am writing for your easy understanding. So we got x and y as what? We got x and y as 3 by 5 and I think this will be minus, so and minus 1 by 5. Okay, because you have divided by 5, so sign will not change. I hope you are clear. Okay, so I would say that you can take a snap of this question and you can try to do it on your own. The solution for this will be posted in the next video, because I don't want the make the video so lengthy. It's already has reached like 34 minutes. So this question you can take a snap and you can try to do, and also you can take a snap of this question and try to do even this, even this. Okay, so that's all for this video. The solution for these questions will be discussed in the next video. Thank you.